All right, hey everybody, this is Jack and welcome to your December 2nd Friday free video. Let's jump right in. This is a chart on a daily time frame of the dollar index. And as long as this continues to go further down, or at least stay neutral, that would be one way to look at this market and say, you know what, there is a chance for a Santa Claus rally. If we take a look at the S&Ps, I want to show you a trap that I'm looking for on Monday and possibly into Tuesday. So here, this big yellow bar right here is Powell speaking, bringing the market back up from the 39.50s all the way up to the 40.50s. I've put up a Fibonacci retrace at the 786 and the 618 for a reason, because those are the first two targets that I would look for if they were to set up a bear trap for next week. And if we are looking for a bear trap, then that means we are ultimately looking for a reversal and we are trying to trade the market higher. Now, I'm not expecting anything crazy for the next 2 weeks, but I am expecting 4,200 and above. And that takes us to a really interesting point. There's all sorts of stuff from like September and October, like a weekly pivot level that's up there at 4,200. But it also kind of, I think it's worth looking at just this dark blue line here on my screen. That's the daily 200. And every mountain that we make kind of falls over. And it puts us in a weird spot because here we are the first couple days of December at that weird spot where, you know, if history tells us anything, it's saying, hey, this is where you short it, right? Well, the thing is I think there's been a lot of just shorts out there looking for the next crash or looking for the next correction, and it may not happen until January. And we know, if you pay attention to seasonality, January and February can be really, really nasty months. I mean, you can go back to the very beginning of this year, where basically the first week or two of January was pretty bad. I mean, we took a 400-point haircut on the S&Ps, and then follow up by that in February, it was a little bit more. We went from 4,800, you can see this in the top left hand of your screen, down to 4,100 in a matter of 60 days. So can we get a very possible sideways to higher December? Well, I think we're already there, and you can see this on your chart right now. So sideways to higher. Unfortunately, these two big yellow bars are, the first one right here is the one we had this week where Powell's talking, and then this is CPI from the very beginning of November. So two very big outlier moves, but my question with a shrug is it? And is this causing us to create more of a bullish pattern and a bullish flag than anything that we really just need to give the gift of time, which I'm all about, especially if you're trading bullish put credit spreads that might be slightly deeper in the money. Deeper in the money up to 4150 and up to 4200 on SPX if you like the cash settled indexes. And again, we kind of have some complementary things in the energy sector that look really good. XLE, the energy ETF, we can take a look at that. You got a bunch of daily compressions, lower time frame compressions as well, but still, regardless, really nice bull flags here. OXY looks great. Right, looks good for a little bit more of a hurry up and wait scenario, but still nice squeeze, nice compression. And I can thank Henry Gamble for pointing that one out for us this week, just kind of trailing that one. I love the idea. I love the amount of squeeze that we have across the energy sector. If you're interested in other larger time frames that kind of look fantastic, no need to gaze any further away from the energy sector. But if you are paying attention to metals, the big one right now is SLV, the pattern that we have and the hourly squeeze that's looking pretty good on silver futures. Let me go ahead and change this to here. again, trying to look at things with just a fresh set of eyes for the month of December, because anything is possible. And so far we've, especially going back to the S&Ps, we've really crossed the Rubicon whenever we were trading healthily above 3950. And we already know, for anyone that was already paying attention to some of my coverage on the S&Ps and how we were trading, the really big level was 38.38, and we are in a very healthy way above that as well. So I look at this and I go, look, the market can crash and fall apart anytime it wants to. It's just not doing that, and it's doing the opposite. It's doing the sideways to higher, and it can continue to do that. And if you've ever been on the opposite side of a market that's doing that, like if you've been short and the market's just trading sideways to higher, you know that it is one of the most painful things on the planet. And it also somewhat has an extended life form. So in a bear market, even at the daily 200, even very close to second deviations, which is what we have made. If you look at this morning, we were up above 4,100. It can still continue, right? And it brings me to that quote. The markets can remain, the markets can be irrational longer than you can remain solvent. And I think that is the quote of this month, as I think we will see some things that are really irrational, just like we have seen in 2022 already. So I am skeptical of the very bearish position. I think we are primed and ready to go with the help of semiconductors and energy leading us higher. I know that's typically what we're not used to, but it's been that kind of year. So my concern is not so much, where are we going to fall apart to the downside in December? I'm holding that off for the kind of January to February timeframe. What I'm looking for is a little bit more of a increase in velocity to the upside, at least with a target of 4,200 plus. Okay. So on Monday, if you're going to be in the day trading room with me, we will be looking for a spot to come in and see if it's worth buying. I'm looking for a bear trap, which would mean a very convincing down move, only to look at with the eyes of buying it. Okay. So that's my take right now. A lot of good stuff out there, a lot of really tight compressions, energy, silver, everything's looking pretty solid. And we'll see what happens. But before that, have a great weekend, relax. We're in a really interesting time here at the end of the month, at the end of the year, at the beginning of this month, at the end of the year, where we could have a really nice rally. We'll see if it happens. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed the video, be sure to like and comment down below to help us out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notified when we release our next video. And if you want to watch us trade in real time using our own money, go to simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. Good trading, and we'll see you in the next video.